Okay, hello everybody, and welcome back to another video from the Investor Diary. In this diary entry, I will be talking about, and this is for the first time, I will be talking about how I am implementing the market structure and smart money POI elements. I've been training for all that time, and today I want to explain it. Actually, there is something that I want to add here that I've been repeating this recording, and this is one of the objectives because every time I'm explaining what I'm doing, I'm finding something wrong with the implementation, and this is one of the very important objectives of why I am explaining all these things, why I'm doing the videos, a big part of it, so that because when I explain something, I cannot escape. I need to be clear and not to the audience, to the people that are listening. Therefore, when I'm clear, I cannot be jumping, I cannot be hasty. When I'm on my own, I can be hasty. There is no one stopping me. So I actually have been repeating this recording for maybe this is the fourth or the fifth time because I've been finding mistakes. So this time I will not repeat the recording because it's enough. And bear with me if we found mistakes together, let's correct them. Okay. So we will be looking at the USD CAD, and I found an opportunity on the 5 minute. So I moved from the 6 months to the 5 minute and implemented the trade on the 5 minute. Okay. And that was, I don't know how many hours ago, 6 hours ago. So let's see if we can find it actually on the 5 minute. Anyway, let's start. So starting from the 6 month on the USD CAD, um, we need to find an inducement to find to realize if this break of structure is a break of structure, or we need to move the inducement to this level. Now in the 6 month, I couldn't find a valid pullback. This is not a valid pullback, and this is not a valid pullback. So the only valid pullback is this one here. So all this does not have a valid pullback. Therefore, this made me go to the 3 months. This is why we found 3 month labels here. So let's go to the 3 months. And in the 3 months, I actually found an inducement here. So this inducement is hit, therefore this is the high of the range. And because this is the high of the range and it was broken, so this is a break of structure. Since this is a break of structure, then this is the low of the range. Now we need to find the new high. And this is the inducement level. So let's say before this, let's say we had only the price until here, then this will be the inducement. Okay. So if the high was still this one and it was hit, then this will be the high. But this high was not broken and another high was created. Therefore, we move the inducement from this level to that level. And at this level, the inducement was hit, and therefore this is the high of the range. Now we need to find the low of the range. So this is the high of the range and this is the low of the range. The low of the range was broken, therefore it's a change of character now. We were moving up, now because the low was broken, then we are moving down. So this is a change, this is a bearish change of character. Since this is a change of it's a bearish change of character, therefore the high stays the same. We need to find the new low, and the new low, the inducement was hit here, and this is the low. So we have, this is the high and this is the low. They're both protected, nothing hit them. Now let's look at the POIs. We have something, we might have something. This is before the inducement. We don't look for any POIs before the inducement or before the break of structure, whatever it is, break of structure, change of character. So if the break of structure was here and the inducement was here, then we find our POIs in this area. Okay. So this is the what we call the decisional before the break of structure. So this is the order flow and this is the order block. Okay, but anyway, we know that the price did not respect them, so why bother? Just identify them. So I went to the extreme level. This is the order flow that was not mitigated before the inducement was hit. So so it was mitigated afterwards. We have the order block was not hit, so maybe in the future it will be something um, that will cause a reaction. And by the way, all of this I'm learning. I did not discover anything. I did not invent anything. I am much simpler than that. So all of this I'm learning from someone who I have been following for a while on YouTube. So all the credit actually goes to this person. And I'm learning. I'm learning from books. I'm learning from YouTube's, and I'm trying to increase my knowledge. And what I'm sharing with you, and this is my diary. I'm sharing with you what I'm learning, especially from that person. Actually, all what I'm doing now is that I'm trying to implement what that person is saying. And I'm finding out that I'm not a very good student, because sometimes I look at his videos and the way he's marking things are not the same as I'm marking those things. So I keep on repeating, revising, studying more. Okay, so moving back, we need to finish everything. Now we have 6 minutes passing on the clock. So on the 3 months, we have this reaction here, and we will consider that this is the reaction that it will go down. We have three scenarios: either the price goes down as a reaction, or the price goes up to hit the order block and go down again, or the price will keep going up, breaking the whole structure and starting a new range. So now, since this is a reaction, we will treat it as such. And this is how we are going to, or not we, I am going to, this is my assumption. This is what I will do. So now going to the weekly, since there is a reaction on a higher time frame, then we consider this. Let's move this to the right. No, it was okay. Since this inducement, we will consider it, since there is a reaction from an upper time frame, then this is considered as a change of character as well. So this is the high, has been hit as an inducement, it becomes a change of character. We need to look for a low. This inducement defines this low, and this low has been hit, so there is a break of structure. Okay, because this has been hit, therefore we have a high of the range, a new high of the range, which is this one. And if we keep on looking, we do have a valid pullback, but it is within this bigger order flow. Okay, therefore we do not take it because it's embedded in a higher order flow, so we take the order flow, the higher order flow, or the original order flow, the pullback from the original order flow. And therefore the high is at the same level as the inducement on the weekly. So we don't have a set low yet. So we have two scenarios: either the price goes up to hit this high and the inducement, therefore this becomes the low, but then we will be looking for another high, or the price will break this low. That means the inducement will move to this level or lower, whatever the case is, until we find a low. Okay, so this is the story of the weekly. Let's get the weekly here. And now we need to see this story on the 4 hour. And let's start with, actually this is, let's start with this, because what we need this range. We need to know the story of this range. Okay, where is the story of this range? This is the story of this range. Okay, so this is the high. I am not sure if this is right, actually. Actually, okay, let's move from here and see the logic. So this is the inducement, it has been hit, this is the high. And since this is the inducement on the 4 hour, that means this is the break of structure. If this is the break of structure, this is the high, we need an inducement. The inducement is here. So this is the low. The low is broken. So this is the high. This is a break of structure. This is the high of the break of structure. We need to find the low. The low is here. So this is a break of structure. This is the high. And let's cut to the chase here, and we will find that this inducement level here acts as, of course, it's not here, but anyway, it will keep on moving up until there is a break of structure. And then this is a break of structure. This is a bullish break of structure on the 4 hour. Okay. So if this is a bullish break of structure on the high, so this is the low, and then this low has been broken. Okay, so this is on the 4 hour, a, a break of structure. We cannot do that, actually. We cannot do that, because I'll tell you why. If we are going to consider this as the break of structure, or this as the break of structure, we need to keep moving, actually, because this is a different, we need to know where the break of structure on the 4 hour. So all of these are going down, and this is the final low. Okay, this is where the structure has been hit. Okay, so this becomes the new low. Okay, we need to delete this. And we need to delete this. Okay, so this structure has been hit. So this is the low. And this is the inducement. This structure has been hit. This is the low. The low has not been hit here. This is the lowest low. But the high is hit, so this becomes the new low. Okay, so now this is the new low. Yes. If this is the low and this has been broken, this is the inducement. This has been broken. This is the low. And this has been, wait, do we have an inducement here? We don't have an inducement that has been hit for this high. So this is the inducement. Okay, this inducement has been hit here. So this is the high and this is the low. Since this, okay, now this has been hit, this is the low. We need to find the high. This is the IDM. This is the inducement. Okay, so this is where we get into track. This is the inducement and this is the low. Because this is the inducement, this is the high. Now this has been broken. Sorry, no, this has been broken. So this becomes, this is a change of character, the bearish change of character. So this stays the same. We need to find another low. This is the new low. This is not a change of character. This is a break of structure, because this is the change of character here. Okay, so this is the new low here. This is the inducement for it after the break of structure, and this stays the high. And now this low has been hit, so this becomes the new high. We are bearish. The structure is bearish. And then we need to find a low. This is the inducement. This is the high, we said. So this is the low of the range. The high has been hit, so now we have a change of character, a bullish change of character. Okay, so the low stays the same here, and we need to find a high, a new high. So this is the new high. Now on the 4 hour, what is happening? Now see, this is the story now. On the 4 hour, we have a bullish structure. Okay, until this is broken on the 4 hour, until then, it is, which is not, it is a bullish structure. On the weekly, we have a bearish structure. Okay, so now at the end, whether it was, and this is the only POI that I found, I think we will not move. We don't have time to move to the 5 minutes because we still have the 15 minute to look at, and that will take us long time. But this is actually good. So now this is the only POI. Let's look at the POIs quickly. Uh, this is the break structure. This is the inducement. So we don't have a decisional. We need to look for an extreme. All of this is mitigated. So the only thing that I found here, the nearest thing, this order block is mitigated here. This order block is mitigated. And now we have this order block. Now we can check how that looks on the daily, if we can actually have a better uh, yes, actually it's a bigger order block here. It's a bigger order block. Let's see the coordinates. Oops, we don't have time for this. Okay, so the high is 3605 and the low is 3554.4. Okay, so let's move. This is a daily one. Let's get back to the 4 hour and see what happens. Still didn't touch it. Okay, but we have a better one. So because it might actually react from the daily. And now we can see that the top down analysis is not really top down. It's a dynamic move, and this is the beautiful thing, what I love about it. It's dynamic. Now the idea is, now whether it is going to break the low or it's going to react from here, the story was that the price is going down. Okay, and this is the story that I went with. If we are going to put the 4 hour here and put the 15 minute here, this is the story that I went to the 15 minutes with. Okay, so this was the low, this was the change of character. There was an inducement here as well, which made me say, okay, there is an inducement here, so it will come down for the inducement. Okay, the scenario that I did not count for, which was low probability because of everything happening, the reaction from the weekly that it's going down to the 4 hour, that is okay. It is a bullish structure, but it needs to go down either to break structure and get back in line with the other time frames, or at least react from this order block, which is the 4 hour refined on the daily. But it didn't, and this was taken on the 5 minutes. Okay, so I lost this trade, and I did mistakes even taking that trade, but this will be for another video. I think enough of this. I think this is great. By talking to you about this, I'm learning more actually, and I'm pleased with the results. I'm not pleased with the loss. Anyway, it's, again, I am on the demo. I'm trying everything on the demo, not on live trading. So thank you very much, and I hope this was useful to you as it was useful to me. And I hope to see you next week. Bye bye.